Hello everybody! Welcome to the PowerCast Live every week with you on Tuesday nights. It is Tuesday night, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and we have a very exciting show. One of our own and electrifying agent. Her name is Charlsie Gaetano. She was on about 10 months ago, so if you missed the show, you're going to be in for a little treat today. Charlsie Gaetano, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here, David.
Absolutely. Eric and I are very excited to have you, but before we begin,
Wait,
as always...
Dave, you didn't introduce me.
The one and only, my right hand, and on your screen, left hand guy, Eric Vasquez.
Eric.
Let me just start with, as always, our social media outlets. So make sure you're watching live with us every week. Get on YouTube, go to Team Powerhouse Real Estate, hit subscribe. There you're going to have every one of our podcasts and get to see our weekly shows, as well as watch them later on the replay. In addition to that, you have very exciting places to be. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Anchor, TikTok, YouTube we just talked about first. We have, that's a good, you said that. We have Snapchat, we have LinkedIn, Twitter. Guys, we are everywhere you want us to be. And if you haven't found a place for us to watch us yet, let us know where you want us to go, and we'll be there as well. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
We're on Google Podcast.
We are?
We are on every major platform the podcasts are available.
That's
amazing. And you
amazing.
can listen to us in the car on the ride home. Spotify. We have so many viewers, by the way, watching us over social media on a regular basis. It's mind-blowing. And Miss Charlsie, the world is going to see you for the first time, or second time for that matter, and get to know you a little better, which we're very excited about.
Excellent.
So, everybody, if you have any questions for Charlsie today, do not hesitate to reach out. You have Facebook and Instagram and YouTube to reach out and send the questions to us. We're here for you and very excited to start with. All right, so let's start with the fact that today is the 5-game series of the Yankee baseball game between the Yankees and the Cleveland
Guardians.
Guardians.
You almost messed it up anyway.
Guardians. And I'm patiently waiting for the Yankees to win. We are here live, so if you have any announcements to make to us about what's happening in the show, please do not hesitate to reach out to us because we'd like to know updates.
No, we wouldn't.
That being said,
Dave would.
I would love to know what's happening with the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan. For all of you guys who are not Yankee fans, I can appreciate your love for your teams. It's a very exciting time for all of us, or a very depressing time, depending what team you like. You know what I mean? It's
On my first vacation, actually, I watched a lot of the Yankees because my friend, he's a huge Yankees fan, and
it's very stressful.
I think I was like his lucky charm in some of the games.
Well, then I'm hoping you're our lucky charm tonight, Charlsie, because
I think I am.
I'm going to say we definitely need some hot streaks tonight with the Yankees batting.
I think I am.
All right, so Charlsie, let's just make sure everybody knows, where are you from? Born or raised?
I am from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Very nice. And you
Born and raised?
Born and raised, yes.
And you went to school there, obviously.
Yes.
And you got your real estate license what year?
I believe it was 2015.
So you're in the business now about 7, almost 8 years.
Well, it was before that. In 2013, I started off being an administrative assistant.
Yes.
So it was like 2 years until I went and took, all the classes and the exam and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will just say to everybody that the way I got to meet Charlsie, this amazing superstar of a realtor, we actually had our first transaction together, and I meet this person. She's so on it when it comes to her clients. She's very detail oriented. When it comes to dates, timelines, what's happening, she is a superstar. So if you're out there looking to buy a house, this girl here right now, I'll tell you right now in advance, will take very, very good care of you. She's very in tune with her clients. She's in touch with them all the time.
Yes.
She's very knowledgeable in all these different towns that she works in. And we work as a team throughout the state. Charlsie will go over in a few minutes a little about some areas that she concentrates on, if you will, and what's going on in the market there as well. But so being from Waterbury, we got to meet on a house in Cheshire.
Yeah, that was probably like my 14th or 15th deal, actually, that I've ever done.
It was a very exciting...
And it was It was challenging, but
We had some challenges. My seller was a little difficult, and
yeah,
your
my buyers had to refinance.
yes,
Yeah,
it was an exciting time.
it
And
was.
we learned a lot from each other, and we got to have some fun at the same time, and built a relationship from there.
Yes, I remember on my birthday, I was at the vineyard, and I was on the phone with you for like 45 minutes. Even on my birthday. Like we don't stop on holidays. Like holidays, birthdays, we don't stop. It doesn't matter.
I will tell you that
This comes
number one,
first.
it's funny you mention that. Birthdays to me is definitely a holiday. It's the one holiday of the year I actually try to take off.
Right.
But when it's something important and we have things that are important going on,
Whose birthday?
my birthday. Eric, I mean, when it
I would
comes,
imagine you took off Val's birthday too.
I definitely take off Val's birthday. Well, actually, no. This year, Val's birthday was on a Friday, and
But Val doesn't have a birthday.
She has a birthday week.
She has a birth
Yes.
week.
We-
Yes.
We celebrate for birthday weeks, and actually, her birthday was on a Friday. She had to work that day, and we always, a birthday cannot be celebrated one day. It doesn't. It deserves more than one day, in my opinion. In our house, we celebrate for one full week because so much is going on in our lives to be able to give that person that special attention.
Well, it was my first, few months in real estate, so
You were excited. You
I
were
was
fired up.
excited. I was, and I was at a vineyard. It was, it was beautiful. So I didn't mind, talking to you
I knew right
about
away.
everything.
I knew right away you were special. I knew it in my gut that this was somebody we wanted on our team. Just had to figure out if she was interested, and she was, and here we are today.
I was,
It's
yes.
been a pretty exciting ride.
So that was 2 months later. So my birthday's in September,
Yes.
and then I joined the team just about 2 months later.
Yeah.
Yes,
Almost to the
day.
Yeah, almost to the day.
yes,
Very cool stuff. All right.
Absolutely.
So, from Waterbury,
yes.
she just turned 29, and looks fantastic, of course. So you have a huge social media scene that you're on a personal level. And I want to make sure that everybody gets to see your social media and knows who you are on social media, how to find you. Obviously, Facebook and Instagram are major players for you on not only meeting people and getting new clients.
Yes.
Jonathan's going to make sure that he pops up on the screen over there what your social media feeds are. So we have, which one's the first one you're showing everybody there, Jonathan?
The number?
A number.
Phone number?
A phone number. Oh, so Charlsie.
My phone number.
So Charlsie's phone number. Let's start with that. How do we get in touch with Charlsie? Now.
I've had the same phone number for like 20 years now.
No kidding. Now
Except for a little stretch of time when you had a New Mexico number, didn't you?
it's a matter.
Oh, yes.
Liar.
Yes, I did have a New Mexico number for a little bit.
All right. So let's talk about Charlsie. Let's let the world know what your phone number is, please.
203-982-7887.
That is 203-982.
7887.
7887, and an email address for you.
Well, it's
Charlsie, CHARLSIE
Dot.
Gaetano, GAETANO at CB as in Charlie Bravo. Realty.
Moves.
Oh, moves.
Yeah, CBmoves.
CBmoves.com.
They'll both end up the same place.
Okay,
Are
so
they?
it's good.
Okay.
Charlie Bravo, CBmoves.com or CBRealty.com. Both
Yes,
work.
yes,
Absolutely,
they
yes.
do.
And then, in addition to that, you are on Instagram.
I
now,
am on
I know that
Instagram.
Jonathan has your Instagram handle over there. She's going to bring it up on the screen for us. Can they see what her Instagram looks like? Is that possible to bring it up?
Sure.
We're going to get Charlsie's Instagram feed so you can see what her personal page looks like, just to get an idea. Charlsie is a person that you're going to get to know on a personal level. She's very much in real estate, but she also has a personal life. And she likes to share that with her clients, and she's more than just a realtor. She's got some depth to her. She's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and she's a lot of laughs, that's for damn sure, I'll tell you that. And is that on the screen right now there, Jonathan? Beautiful. And then let's go to quickly move over to her Facebook page, please, so everybody can see her Facebook page as well. Jonathan, beautiful. All right, so you guys can see her Facebook page, your Instagram page. Please
Thank
friend
you.
her. Make sure to say hello.
All right,
She is a lot of fun, very funny. Now, let's talk about you, Charlsie. What's a good way you like to connect with your client? personal with them. You get to. I know you know a lot about astrology.
I do.
Very
But
knowledgeable in astrology, by the way.
yeah, I am knowledgeable in that. But I don't know, on Facebook, I do some posts about astrology, and a lot of people kind of laugh at it and things like that, or like,
course.
what language are you speaking? But to me, it all makes sense. But I mean, really, the way that I connect with people on Facebook, it's all about how you make people feel.
100%.
Yeah.
You bring out the laughs, the smiles.
Yeah.
You connect them on a personal level because they can actually relate to you.
Yeah, personal level, and I have someone that I'm working with right now on a purchase and then eventually a sale that we connected through loss and through grief and things that she was going through that I can connect with and be like, oh, are you okay? Like, I'm here for you. Like, whatever you need.
That is a pretty deep subject right there. It's the fact that you have somebody here who's so intimate with her clients that she goes a step level deeper.
Yeah, so
All right.
just based on, how I make people feel and, reaching out to them, in their time of need and things like that, when they see my face again and they have this need for real estate, I'm their person, and they just know that. And also with, the funny things.
Absolutely. She's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and she'll tell you. I will tell you myself in advance, you're going to laugh a lot with Charlsie. She is, my wife will tell you you'll laugh a lot. She actually is very close with Charlsie. It's hard not to be close with you because of the kind of person you are.
Yeah, Val brought me to lunch on my birthday.
I was so
because
excited.
I wasn't able to meet with you guys, I was very excited also.
She was very happy to be with you. She had a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right, let's get into real estate a little bit now.
Yes.
Now, in the real estate, we have a very interesting market going on right now where it's the fall market. So what can you tell us about the fall market in general?
The fall market, the past couple years have been like really, really busy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Nothing has stopped. This year, I guess it's a little bit different.
I would agree with you.
With things going on in the economy
Yes.
and everything like that, it's a little bit different. But there is, still serious buyers out there. The buyers that are out looking are very serious.
The most serious buyers shop in the fall, right?
Yes.
And how about the sellers?
The most serious sellers sell, in the fall, winter, if they have that need to sell, they're going to.
They're selling now because they have to sell. They need to go
They
somewhere.
need to relocate,
Absolutely.
they need to downsize, they need to upgrade.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
need.
Charlsie is going to talk to you today about a few towns that she tends to work in. Now, again, she works over the state, but we're going over a couple of towns that she's been doing a lot of work in. Let's go over them right now. So the town of... Go ahead.
Litchfield.
Yep, sorry.
We pulled up Litchfield, Newtown, Plymouth Terryville, and Wallingford.
So here's some towns that Charlsie popped in the system she wants to talk to you about.
And also Watertown was going to be in there. But you know what? With the criteria we put in there might not be anything.
I can definitely let's do these ones right now. So in these 5 towns between Litchfield, Newington, Plymouth, Wallingford. Actually, there's one more town we actually over here. What's one more? We had put another town in here. Let's put it. Let's add Watertown in here.
So basically, it was Watertown, Litchfield, Plymouth Terryville, Newtown, and Wallingford.
Yes.
Hold on. Isn't Thomaston around there too? Wouldn't
Yes.
you do Thomaston?
Thomaston is around there.
Yeah.
She does. She covers the state, but we're just bringing some facts up.
Yeah, I just brought up some towns that I've been working in.
Between $200,000 and $400,000, there were about.
Yeah, there was what 3+ homes
right there.
and
3.
1.5 or 2+ baths. There was only 21.
Pulled it back up for you. 21 homes.
There's only 21 homes active, and that blows my mind.
Between $200,000 and $400,000, a 3-bedroom plus, 2-bath plus. In 5 towns, there's 21 homes for sale.
21 homes for sale.
Now, Eric and I did this same kind of experiment about 6 months to a year ago. And on average, in a $200,000 swing, a $300,000 swing, we found there were approximately 2 homes per town.
Right.
So right now, 21 homes is a huge amount compared to what it was before.
That's true.
There might have been 8 homes for sale. You have 21 homes, but 21 homes for sale in 5 towns?
In 5 towns, with the criteria that people usually need.
Yes.
With the 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, 2 bath.
2 bath, absolutely.
It's
staggering.
It's astounding.
Astounding. Now, in these towns that we're looking up over here, these homes have different pieces of the puzzle based on how many bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage. But the point is that with this market right now, people are talking about the market that's going to collapse or fall down, or people think that there's going to be a problem, and maybe they want to wait on the sidelines. Maybe they want to go and rent. What's happened in the rental market?
The rental market is still hot, but I mean, you're going to be paying a lot more than you were 3 years ago.
That's for sure. And there's no rents.
There is no rents.
Prices are going up.
The rent prices are up. Yeah, I'm actually waiting to see when they're going to go down.
The rents are not going to go down.
No,
It's just not going to happen. No,
it's not going to happen.
It's the new norm. Jonathan, does anybody
Right.
out there on social media have any questions for us on Facebook or Instagram? Because I want to make sure that we catch on these people here as we're doing this conversations over here. I'm sorry, Charlsie.
I feel like this is the new normal because we've been going through this for the past 2 or 3 years now, and it's been coming to this point.
You're absolutely right. The market being so crazy in this fall market, Eric knows better than anybody else out there on the when we're out there shopping for homes. He's out there all the time, and he's going to share with you a couple of things about what he's been going through. Eric, take it away.
So, are you talking to me? I'm doing a search right now.
Are you setting up a search right now?
Yeah, I am.
What kind of
Yeah.
search are you looking up there, Eric?
Right now, I'm just looking at multifamilies.
Oh,
I have a couple of clients who are either owner occupier or investors that are looking at multifamilies. But even the multifamily inventory is below what it has been in the past.
It's absolutely. It's funny you mention that,
They're
Eric.
selling very fast.
Very fast and for more money than they ever did before.
Oh my
And
God.
multifamilies, which are usually typically built 1800s, 1900s, there's so much work usually involved in them. How often you walk in a multi?
They are, and so we got one under contract about maybe 8-9 days ago,
Oh, wow.
and we had the inspection done last week, and the agent called me and said, "Hey, are you guys moving forward or not?" I go, "Yeah, we're moving forward. Why?" And she's like, "Oh, because everybody wants this house now. Everybody wants this house now. So
Right.
they've got cash buyers that want to come in and see the house. They've
Yep.
got backup offers already." And she's like, we got it for well under. So
Wow.
Oh, you
so
did.
so
Nice
she's
job.
like, okay, well, if you want to back out, I got backups. I'm like, no, we're good, thank you.
The multifamily
What
market.
town is that in?
Waterbury,
No, what part of Waterbury?
Pearl Street.
Charles, is that in the?
Pearl Street. Is that the one you have up
No.
right now?
This is
Charlsie is a
There's
expert.
I'm from Waterbury, born and raised, but there is so many streets in Waterbury that some of them escape my mind, definitely. Plus,
Well-
I was not here for quite a few years.
Well, first of all, let's go back into the Waterbury market that you're so knowledgeable about. Let's talk about
Yeah.
the hottest market. What would you say the hottest markets in the Waterbury towns? Oh, I'm sorry, towns, but areas.
The
Bunker Hill?
areas, Bunker Hill, Town Plot, East Mountain, definitely.
How about the values that have gone up in Waterbury over the last couple of years? It's insane.
My mind, like, you know that emoji where it has like the
Yeah.
the head exploding?
Yes.
Like that's me every time I'm looking at the prices in Waterbury.
A house that was normally selling between about $200,000 is now selling for what would you say right now today?
Okay, so something that was selling for maybe between 180 and 200,000 is selling for 300,000.
Isn't that shocking? It's almost double.
Or more. Like
It's
it's so shocking to me.
now
Because I've kept up on the Waterbury market, obviously.
absolutely. A lot of New Yorkers are coming into Waterbury. It's actually going through I said decentralization. Now it's going through the, what's that word, Eric? Help me out.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The when somebody changes the whole clientele and the values and the people who can afford to live there, it's a word that always escapes my mind. On camera with you guys right here, they call it. Oh my God, it's gonna come back to me. If you can think of that word that I'm talking about, and you want to post it out there to help me out, because Jonathan's paying attention over there.
It's not
on our social media.
So it's not a D.
It's
Is it a repopulation?
No, I think the phrase that Dave's looking for is a gentrification.
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 Thank you so much, Eric.
Interesting.
Gentrification of the Waterbury market has happened so much in the last year to 2 years.
Yes.
People have been priced out of the Waterbury market. Thank you so much, Eric, on the
Yes.
gentrification.
I know, and that it makes me a little sad. It makes me sad.
But why sad? It should make you happy, a person who lives and breathes there, because you just have now upgraded the whole market so much.
That's true, but it was so fast.
So
It
fast.
happened so fast that it's still shocking to me.
I agree with you, 100%. When we were talking about this as we were going through it, and I think we went through a list of house together one time, and I couldn't believe the fact that the market has changed so much in the house we sold before to what it is today.
Yes.
It's-
Oh my gosh.
It's definitely a crazy market. Waterbury.
Well, Waterbury is a very hot market right now. I mean, I got 2 under contract in the last 2 weeks in Waterbury.
No
So,
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
and
that's
you know what, Eric,
excellent.
that's a compliment to you, though, as an agent, because realistically, to get a house under contract today is very difficult. With everything being bidding wars, you need to have an aggressive agent working for you. And this team that we have here, they're something special, if I'm being very biased in saying so. And if you have a chance to have worked with us before, you've probably written about it. The reviews about you guys on social media is
Yeah.
what blows my mind. It also makes me so proud, because people love to write about their experience of working with our team. And the writing about what they've said about you, Charlsie, and working with you has been just beautiful.
I don't feel like I've ever done a bad job. I always go above and beyond for
Well-
my sellers and my buyers.
I'm happy you don't feel that way, because you haven't. And that's a good thing. You know?
Thank you, David.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So with the market going on today, we have a few towns that Charles, you mentioned: Litchfield, Newtown, Wallingford. Now, if we're talking about these towns in a $200,000 to $400,000 period over here, or not period, but a price range.
Price range.
In Litchfield, how many properties do you for sale in Litchfield?
There's only 2 for sale in Litchfield.
How about Newtown, would you say, roughly over there? What do you see for Newtown?
I see 3 available
In Newtown.
in Newtown.
In Plymouth?
Plymouth, there is only 5.
And Wallingford has about,
And Plymouth, that's actually, okay, Litchfield and Newtown, I want to say that, the prices in those towns are a little bit higher
That's fair.
than Plymouth.
it's hard to get into those two towns.
It's very hard, and, I mean,
Wallingford and Plymouth. So,
Wallingford and Plymouth, yeah.
so
I mean,
Wallingford has about how many homes for sale between 200 and 400,000 approximately?
I believe it's
About
12, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing for the town of Wallingford, which is a very desirable area. Also,
It's a large town
It's a large town and very low taxes. With very low taxes brings a lot
with
of
very good electric.
With their own electric company.
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely. When it comes to looking for a house, there's a lot of reasons why you pick a certain town. A lot of it has to do with where you work, right? And maybe school systems you're looking into. It could be how far of a drive you need to be on a daily basis. And when you're looking at these towns, it's important to ask your realtor, what's a good place to buy in, and what's the reason why, and what age are you buying these properties? Because if you're a first-time home buyer, you may or may not have kids, or if your final place you're going to live, is property, size of property important to you? Are taxes important to you? And what you're used to coming from. Like somebody coming from New York, the taxes are so much higher. We have a lot of clients coming from California. The California buyer.
Yes,
right?
I sold to buyers in California last summer. They bought in Newtown, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're coming here in like 4 days, so I'm excited to see them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So they bought it sight unseen? Did they see the property, or did they not?
They saw it during inspection.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Isn't that amazing?
I did the whole Google Live thing with them, and yeah, it worked out. I mean, it's an amazing property.
Eric, have
And
you had any experience? Have you had any experience at all with showing properties on social through Facebook or through like some kind of a Google Live or Facebook Live
Yes,
from people from out of state, right?
yes.
And what's that like? Would you say it's an easy process, a lot of stress for you, for them?
Well, so when you're going through the house, your showings are going to be a little bit longer than it would be if you were just walking around with them.
Absolutely.
Because they don't have the ability to just freely turn their head and look at something, look at the ceiling, look at the floor, look in the corners, whatever.
And that's what we have to do.
Right. So, anytime, and these are folks who've like, so I've had a couple from California bought a condo in Middletown, but I also have had New York families that I've done, like showings, virtual showings with them.
Yep.
And then if it was something that they were very interested in, then we would set up a second showing if it didn't want a contract in that short period of time.
And that's another good
Yes.
point you make. The fact that home's going, I tell clients all the time, like, listen, you have to be here. It's almost impossible not to be in the space you want to be in to find a property and not come down. And like you said, Eric, you did a visual tour for them, but they're not physically here to see what actually happened. And Charlsie, you said to me that they came down for the first time during inspection.
During inspection, yeah. I mean, yeah, these people, they're very serious. They own, quite a few properties, and they knew exactly what they were looking for.
They were experienced buyers.
Well,
They're experienced buyers, and actually, the wife is a real estate broker in
Interesting.
California.
Wow.
Yeah, and they absolutely love me. So for a broker in California
What's not to love?
to love me and still keep
Well-
in touch with me and everything, like I'm so like happy about
Yeah,
that.
the single largest component with something like that is trust. So they have to trust that you're
Oh, yes.
pointing out to them what they're not seeing
Yes.
in that virtual tour.
Absolutely, Eric. Good point you make. It's building relationship with you guys from the very beginning is what our team's all about. So, like, we always say to people, hey, listen, you may not know us who we are when you're talking on the phone to us. Go to our social media. Look us up, see who we are, read the reviews about what people have to say, because you're going to be a part of that story that people are going to write about. We look forward to having you guys write the beautiful story about your experience in working with us.
Well,
Charlsie,
we could use
And
some of
actually,
those testimonials for the new website. Don't forget the new
Ooh.
That's
website.
true.
you know what?
There's a
Let's
new website. Wait, can I just
yes,
say one more thing?
absolutely.
And with that house in Newtown that I sold, I went home and I did some comps to see, is this home in the right price range? Like, are we going to be offering what we should be offering? And I said, let's go less. From the comps, I think we should go less. And they actually got it for probably $15,000
Wow.
less than they would have.
Now, Charlsie, that's huge because in this kind of market, to get a home for less is outstanding.
Yeah, it was less than this
That's
price.
just a testimonial to you doing your research on the property and seeing that there was actually room for improvement. And the fact,
Right.
was the house on the market for a little while?
Yeah, but it's also a testimonial on the client or the buyer listening to you,
Right.
and because they could have very easily said, with the way the market's out there, don't we have to go 15 over?
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
So
Yeah.
you
I mean,
convinced them that this was doable.
It was a high price point, so I said, let me see what I could do, and yeah, we got it for $15,000 less, and then there was another buyer in Wallingford. We had to go, $7,000 to $10,000 over because it was underpriced.
Right.
And looking from the comps, but just knowing what goes on in Wallingford, I knew it was a coming soon listing.
Okay.
So I had like 4 days to think about what, when this person loves this house, which I know they're going to.
Right.
What are we going to put in as an offer?
Let me ask you a question because that's the interesting points you and Eric are making when it comes to the fact of a coming soon property. The market is definitely, I will say to you, a little different than it was a couple years ago, even 6 months to a year ago. Because I'll say to you that you got a house $7,000 to $10,000 over asking price. That's significantly less than most people have paid over asking price
Yes.
in the last year plus.
Yes.
And was a condition of the property need more work?
Yeah. It did, and it actually came in appraised, it appraised 25,000 over the list price.
That's beautiful.
So I had to really, like, I really knew, like, in my mind what this house was gonna go for. And I was only off by like 2,000.
Well, actually, the truth of the matter is your clients were ahead of the game because you were able to get it for less money than the appraisal actually came out for.
Yeah.
And the fact that the house that they were buying was probably needing some work, right?
Yes, they wanted to do quite a few renovations, but it was the lot size. You know, if it's the location and the lot that you want,
Yes.
I mean, that is really, really important.
Most buyers, you're absolutely right. You can always fix the inside of a property,
Right.
but the location
And
and
the-
the size of a
yeah.
property you have, that can be everything to them.
That's invaluable.
Invaluable. All right, listen, I want to jump onto something very exciting to share with you guys. If you're still with us today, watching this exciting show, there's something very, very hot to share with you. We have a brand new website being launched as of today. So if you have a moment, I'd like you to get on your computers, your iPads, open up another window while we're watching each other and talking. Go to www.teampowerhousesellsct.com, and you're going to see a brand new website that we are just launching. It's a very exciting website that's going to have unbelievable information for you.
It is so pretty.
It is something that is so above and beyond the technology of today. You have a chance to not only see the agents of the team, you have the ability to just make searches. We have 15 towns there plus 5 counties for you to search on, in addition to anywhere else in the state, because we do as a team cover the state. Number 2, you have the ability to find about financing. You have the ability to find about our podcast and watching our past shows we've done before. There's so much exciting social media content there as well.
Social media.
Guys, this website is going to blow the socks off your shoes, off
I'm
your
loving
feet.
it.
It is something that's got some specifics that is not like any other website you've seen before. We're excited for you to share this website with you. It is www.teampowerhousesellsct.com. We're excited for you, and please let us know what you think about it. We always like to make improvements if we ever need to, but it's
So
a pretty...
people can go on there right now.
They can go on there right now.
Wow.
They can log in. They can set their own criteria up for what kind of property searches they have. There's a little bio on us. You have a tremendous amount of information. You have access to anywhere in the state. It's extremely the content is extremely live, and I say live in the sense that to the second of properties come, it's like no other website you've ever seen before. TeamPowerhouseSellsCT.com. We've spent a lot of money and time in developing this website.
Yes.
We're hoping you guys enjoy it, and we'll look forward to being a part of your lives today and in the future.
And
All right.
I had to actually do training on this whole system, so.
You definitely.
Yeah,
Well, the whole
yeah.
team had to do training on this system.
The whole team had to do training on it.
As a matter
I'm
of
very
fact,
proud of us.
I think that you're seeing it before the whole team is actually seeing it. We brought it to Charles' attention tonight because we were working on it up until about a couple hours ago, and we went live. So our team, if you're watching,
five.
high five.
High
Absolutely.
five, Eric. Yes.
So please get on our website, go searching teampowerhousesellsct.com. Have some fun, poke around, see what's going on in the real estate market around you or where you're looking to buy, and also sell, because they'll give you information about how your value of your property is as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today and Eric with a very special guest, Charlsie Gaetano, Team Powerhouse, a rock star on our team. She's amazing to work with, lots of fun. You're going to learn a lot about her on a personal level because she gets very intimate with her clients, and it's part of the things we do.
I have an update for you.
Oh, an update.
It's 4-1 Yankees.
All right, Yankees 4-1. Thank you so
It
much,
was
Eric.
4-0, so
Well, I'll take 4-1. I'll take 4-1. What inning are we in? Do you have any idea about that?
nope, no clue whatsoever.
So while I'm sitting here sweating, it's why we have
Top
a
of
couple
the
of
fifth.
couple of drinks in our hand because just to kind of ease the mood over here for the intensity.
For the record, I have water.
For the record, Eric drank already. All right, so the next part of our show is going to be the special wheel where everybody has a chance to win a special tumbler. A tumbler that I will tell you is great for all sorts of beverages, hot and cold. And
Alcohol,
it's
non-alcoholic.
alcohol and non-alcoholic. And we're excited to share with you again as a chance to win. Please go to our social media websites, log on. Make sure to get on TikTok, by the way. TikTok has been a huge following for us. It's starting to pick up. We need 1,000 followers minimum to go live, so we can go live on the
I
show.
thought it was 10,000, no?
1,000 followers.
1,000.
1,000 followers.
What are we at?
We are about 280 roughly, and we
Come
just
on,
started.
we can
at-
get to $1,000.
if
And
you are-
also, I wanted to say, if you're on my social media and you have, something to share with people that is, important, or some of your successes, I have a lot of followers. So if you want to get in contact with me, I can share, your big news and all of that, and, get some people looking at your stuff.
Yes, Charlsie is great on social media. Again, guys, follow Charlsie, connect with her, get to know her, reach out to her. You have her contact information, you have her email, you have a phone number, and you have her social media websites.
Yeah, my
She's
name
a-
is pretty unique, so it's not
That-
hard to find me.
Charlsie, Charlsie, Gaetano, Gaetano. How about that? How good am I at the whole spelling?
You're actually very good at that, Dave.
Well, I have to make sure that I know my team and all about them. All right, who's the lucky winner there, Jonathan?
You are talking
I was talking too much. I'm sorry. It happens
Often.
often.
I think this is the first time.
It might be the first time we forgot.
Karen White from YouTube. Karen White from YouTube. You're
Karen White from YouTube. That is awesome. Karen White, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us today with our special guest, Charlsie Gaetano, Eric Vasquez, in the house, Tuesday night. And next week, we have a very exciting show for you, but we'll tease you a little bit about that. It has to do with pizza. And I'll leave it at that.
Pizza.
I want to wish you guys a wonderful night. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Have a wonderful night, guys.
Have a good night.
We'll see you soon.